So welcome back. We're on a noisy street in Gulshan, and we're outside the offices of Startup Dhaka, and we're here to meet with Fayaz Tayyar. Now Fayaz is the CEO of the Fortune Group. He's also a serial entrepreneur and angel investor. He's also one of the three people who are behind Startup Dhaka. So he's a guy with lots of experience. And we're here to talk to him about the importance of entrepreneurs being able to present investors with a compelling growth plan. So let's go in and speak with Fayaz. So Fayaz, thanks for making the time to meet with me today. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
So I'm the CEO of Fortuna, and I'm also a co-founder at SD Asia, before it was known as Startup Dhaka. And what I do is I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 13 years old, and the best way I always describe myself is I'm a footwear manufacturer that sells fried chicken and invests in technology businesses as well. Okay. And so I've been investing in a couple of startups, technology-based startups, the last couple of years, and actually working on the ecosystem for quite a while. Even from the early days of 2008, working with communities and trying to do events, because our idea is to kind of foster networking, because I think there's a lot of learning opportunity by talking to one another. A lot of these guys are kind of alone, they don't get to speak to each other, so I really believe in time investments and networking investments as not just capital itself.
Yeah, great. And we're sitting in the new premises for the Wave.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about this place?
Yeah, so we established a co-working space because back in 2014 early, because there wasn't any place for startups to work, and if they want something, they can't really work anywhere. They have to take their own small little office, which is too expensive. So we wanted a space where the companies we invest in could also work, and then other potential entrepreneurs could also work there and take advantage of a meeting room if they want to do a small event. So the Wave is about another networking opportunity place, capacity development as well.
Great. And today I'm particularly interested to chat with you about a growth plan and the importance for an entrepreneur, if they're going to approach an investor, to have a clear and convincing growth story.
Yeah. So the first, why do you need capital? That's always the first question, and there are two reasons: to establish the business or to grow it, right? And in times you need what you call the seed capital, right? Seed capital is like your family and friends, and to get you started, to build your product out, to go test out the market and customers. But the growth is a little bit different. It's like you've got customers, you have a pipeline of leads, you have revenue, you have expenses, and you kind of know how you want to grow out your business as well. And if you want to grow, that is. A lot of entrepreneurs don't want to grow, and they're happy with staying small. Yeah. But if you want to grow, there's a lot of capital needs that come in. For example, you cannot, balance your cash flow, and that's why you need $1 million, because you need to get a bigger space, you need to bring more machinery. It could be, you want to open up more markets. You need more money now, versus your cash flow that's coming in. It's not going to be as much, to support this growth that you want to do. So typically, a lot of guys who are successful, they need money, access to capital, they're going to look for growth capital. Investors like to see growth capital, and their sizes are very different. Angel investors, a little bit, they might not be interested in growth, substantial growth. Maybe it could be that I've finished my MVP, I've got customers, now I need a little bit more money to grow a little bit. So angel investors have a certain capacity as well. And then, there might be Series A, there might be mezzanine, so to further support different growth stages. Yeah. It all depends on where you want to grow and how you want to grow. Yeah. So and how much money you need. So that attracts different type of investors. Investors, like the heavy investors, like if you go to Series A, institutional investors, they're really looking to support growth. They're not there to take, because it's reduced risk. Yeah. And if I give you a lot of money now, you can accelerate and you can grow very quickly, and the returns will also come. That's the whole. Yeah.
And if an entrepreneur is trying to put together a convincing growth story, do you have any sort of practical sort of tips or tricks about how they should present that?
First, you need to have customers, and it's how you tell your story. So like how you started, and if you don't have customers, paying customers, it's very difficult to go out and to investors say we want to grow. Unless you're in a tech business, you have a lot of users and you just want to grow the user base. At some point later, you have a path to monetization.
Yeah.
You have to know at least the path to monetization, or you have the monetization. So a lot of the times, entrepreneurs forget that, oh, if I don't have money, I can't really go get growth capital. No, you can. You have to know the path to it and how are you going to use this capital. A lot of the times people don't know how to utilize capital. So they'll say, I need $2 million, and if you ask them, why do you need it? They're like, oh, well, I'm going to invest this on this and this and this. And then we'll say, okay, if you invest $500,000, where will that take you? And then we might ask you, so what will 2 million do or 5 million do? So you need to know that, okay, if you do have 2 million, what it will do. And if you have less or more, what the elasticity, how will it do less or more? Because the investors are trying to understand how you're thinking. And they're also trying to understand about your business. If I do invest $1 million, you really can go to $6 million.
Yeah.
And entrepreneurs typically don't spend time on figuring out how to utilize money properly. They're spending more time on bulk figures versus getting it very precise. So precision is very key. Detailing it out is very key. And how you're going to get market share, how are you going to get users or customers. If you spend $20, how many customers will you get? If you spend $100, how many customers will you get? And how many different channels do you have to get customers? This detail orientedness is what a lot of entrepreneurs miss. And they'll have a nice presentation, they'll say this, but you really need to know your business inside out. That's the key tip.
Yeah, great, excellent, all good advice.